Buenos dias, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. I hope you all are well. Interesting day today, early start, and froze my butt off this morning. So I was checking out a new route, and it involves riding the dirt for quite some distance. I'm thinking I can get from St. George, Utah all the way up to Great Basin National Park pretty much by riding the dirt. And this is kind of like the first half of the route that I'm on right now. And I'm heading up from St. George, and I'm going to go up to Hamlin Valley and possibly beyond. Right now I'm about to get into the almost ghost town of Modena, so I'm not sure how many miles I'm going to do today, but it looks like, when I was looking on Google Earth anyway, that you can ride this all the way from St. George to Great Basin National Park, pretty much, I'd say 95% of it on the dirt. Looks like a pretty good adventure anyway, so I thought I'd go scout out a little bit. Now, I'm familiar with this area. Past Modena, north of Modena, I am not. So into Hamlin Valley, that's the area I'm going to check out today, because I'd like to come back and possibly do this on the DR650. Today I'm on my CRF 300L. Great bike for this. But if I wanted to take the highway back to the wind is absolutely howling today, like 20 to 30 miles per hour. I don't know. I was out almost in this area yesterday, and it was nice and warm, and that changed overnight. It is just above freezing right now. It's been a cold ride this morning, let me tell you. So, because I didn't really dress that warm, I was like, it'll be, kind of like yesterday. Nope, wrong, freezing. Oh well, live and learn, right? That's part of dual sport riding. But I'm going to continue heading north, and right now I'm thinking maybe I'll have a 200-mile day. I don't know, to be honest with you. But I'm riding all day long. So I just topped off the tank in Enterprise, which is a small town. There's no gas station. In the next ghost town, Modena. And then after that, I don't think there's any towns at all close by. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. There may be maybe some tiny towns. Agricultural, very rural, so I don't know, but we're just going to continue heading north and see what we run into. So join me for the ride, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It is free and it helps the channel tremendously. So let's go have a look, folks. Well, it's spring and the temps are rising, let me tell you. So I'm kind of searching for interesting routes to the north, to higher elevations or slightly higher elevations, anything into cooler weather, because hell is on its way to southwestern Utah. It's coming quick. So with a few more weeks from now, it's going to be triple-digit heat, and it'll stay that way until mid-September. So yeah, I need to look for cool things to do, which is cooler weather. I should emphasize cooler weather. And this looked interesting. This would be a hot ride in the middle of the summer, but I do come up in elevation from southwestern Utah, St. George area, and if I'm slowly coming up in elevation all the way up to Great Basin. And of course, Great Basin has Wheeler Peak, which is, I think, 13,000 feet, if I got that correct. It's either 10 or 13. I can't remember. Somewhere in between that. Let's just make it like that. But yeah, just out investigating higher elevation rides to get me through the summer. I'm just going to have to keep going farther and farther until I end up somewhere in, I don't know, Argentina or something like that. You never know how it rolls, But we had some weather out here recently, like a few days ago, and the road's pretty good now. But there are a lot of cows. This little guy's gonna run right out in front of me. Right. Nope. That's one thing you gotta watch out for out here are cows. And when you're in the hills, the mule deer. But thus far, the road is quite manageable, pretty tame, pretty chill, good riding. And I get the wind's not so bad. I'm a little lower. I'm like kind of ducked down here, but boy, when I was coming up through the hills there, oh God, it was 30 miles per hour, just freezing cold, howling wind this morning. If I wanted cooler weather, I sure as hell got it, didn't I? I can see the almost ghost town of Modena just ahead. I say almost ghost town, there's like a couple people still living there, but any day now, I think. Not a whole lot going on in Modena. Let's stay out of the mud, shall we? All right, we got a train rolling through town. The old, I forgot the name, I think it's London Company Hotel. Yeah, sat there for a little bit waiting for the train to pass. I'm gonna continue down the road a bit, but it's an old piece of history right there. Be interesting to know the stories those walls have in there. Yeah, not much going on in Modena these days. I don't know what the population is, but it isn't much. Get the old Last Chance Saloon right here. Oh yeah. I'm sure there's some stories. All right, well. Moving on. And we're just gonna cross the street, get back on the dirt. And now we're gonna enter Modena Canyon Road. Arrowhead Pass is 33 miles ahead. That sounds kind of interesting. Maybe we'll make our way to Arrowhead Pass. And I think I could just stay on this dirt road, maybe not this particular dirt road, but they all connect. And this would get me up to Great Basin National Park. I'm under that impression. Road closed. Road impassable during winter conditions. Well, let's ride up and see what we get into. What are we gonna run into? Well, I don't know about the road closure. Truck just passed me, so this might go on and on. And I've been keeping track of my mileage, so I just checked and I've gone 76 miles now. And pretty much most of that, I'd say 98% of that's been on the dirt. So this is going to end up being well over 200 miles today. That's a good ride. 250, 300, that's a good day. And if you're curious, as far as the seat I have on my Honda CRF 300L, I've got the Seat Concepts Extra Large Comfort. I believe that's what it's called. And I really, really, really like the seat. I can pull 200-300 miles on this motorcycle, no problem with that seat. Just in case you were curious. So I don't know what there is for gas ahead of me. I did bring lots of extra gas. I've got a roto pack on the back of the bike, and I also have 3 of the metal bottles, so I've got enough. But I topped off an Enterprise, and I've still got, I don't know, probably another 40 miles or so before I hit the half tank. And we'll see what it's looking like from there. I guess I can check my map and see if I'm going to be any closer to any gas stations. I'm just not aware of any from this point to Great Basin. I'm sure there is, but to get off my track, the dirt road, I'd have to go into a small town, which, I mean, it's understandable. So I'm just trying to think about things like that, you know. But this is a beautiful area out here. And like I mentioned, this is a little higher up in elevation, so it'd still be hot in the summer, but not mind-meltingly hot, soul-crushing hot like it is down in St. George. Okay, we got a short break here because coming off to my left, there's just looks like there's dirt roads leading off to the west here, like this one. Now, this would be good camping spots out in here, but I'm seeing some really cool mountains to the west there. I'm just getting views of them briefly here and there. So, oh yeah, this is definitely a chill place to camp, man. I'm gonna send the drone up. We're gonna have a look real quick. Yeah, cool country indeed. Lots of opportunities. That I'm gonna have to come back and do some walking out here. I'm just seeing too much cool stuff. But for now, gotta stay on track, continue down this road. It looks like we're gonna get a view here for a second. Cows on road, drive slow. Yup, I hear you there. Oh yeah, look at that view. Look at all those mountains right there. Oh my God. Just one after the other after the other. How awesome. Beautiful country out here. Wow. So if you want to hear something pretty cool, and I'll make it brief, long time ago, Utah was covered by an inland ocean. It's called Lake Bonneville. This was like 30,000 years ago. And I think I'm at the southernmost tip of where that lake came down to. I think I've gone far enough north to reach that southern part, but all these mountains, this is if I'm correct, I may be wrong here, but Lake Bonneville covered like almost half of Utah. It was huge, maybe even more than that, to be honest with you. But it extended, I think, all the way down to this area, and these mountains on either side would have been shoreline. This lake was 1,000 feet deep. It was incredible. So there you go. I'm not sure how accurate I am as far as like the exact precise geographical southern tip of Lake Bonneville, but I think I'm pretty close to it where I'm at. So this is fascinating stuff, in case you didn't know. So I am in Hamlin Valley now, I presume, and well, my options are to go that way, or back the way I came. So I'm gonna head this way for a bit, and I'm not quite to the halfway point on the gas tank, so I got 13 miles till I hit the 100 mile mark. Looks like this road ends. Maybe it doesn't end, maybe it actually goes through those mountains, but on my map, the road ends. I want to continue heading this way. This road also ends, and I see nothing. There's just wall of mountains running north-south. Arrowhead Pass has got to be somewhere in there. And I'm wondering where. So that's the conundrum. Which way? Straight or that way? I'm definitely not riding the Great Basin today. Maybe I should go this way until the road ends just to have a look and see if that is Arrowhead Pass. Because that looks like a pass. That looks like the lowest point in this section of mountains to get through, but I haven't went, I don't know. Well, I'm going west. We're going to take that road. So far I've been able to stay out of the wind. It's kind of nice. Like I can hear it and feel it just above my head, just ripping, but I'm getting some blockage by the juniper forest here. So that's pretty cool. There's like just old abandoned rubble houses back here. Pretty interesting. Looks like it's like a little ghost town back here. Maybe this is a little mining camp. There's a general store. Wow, they're way up in here. Well, I am not sure exactly where I'm at, but it's pretty cool. Looks like there was a dam or something right there. Wow, the water's busted through it. Man, this is a trip back here. Be nice to know some history of those buildings. Might have to come back and get some shots of those. Oh, what's going on here? Where am I going? Where am I going indeed? Creek crossing. Whoa. This is a trip. I'm thinking that this is maybe not Arrowhead Pass. This is something else. There's all kinds of old mining equipment up there on the hill, rusted out. What a trip, man. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna head back. I see snow up in there. Well, this is an interesting turn. So I got pretty lucky. As I was filming all this, a gentleman came down on his ATV. He's parked here and began loading up his quad. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, do you know anything about the history of this area?" I didn't put him on camera just because I didn't want some stranger walking up with a camera, you know. But anyway, he actually did. And what we're seeing right here, or what I'm seeing, is this was a mining camp. I think it was called State Line Mine, because Nevada is just like literally right through those mountains. And this whole area was in production, gold and silver, from, he said 1898 to 1948. So this building here, more than likely was general store, maybe restaurant, maybe bar. But yeah, it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating out here. And you know, Big Frank Spud. Oh, look at that. What do you suppose that is, huh? Big Frank Spud probably has a few stories to tell. Well, I don't think that was the way to Arrowhead Pass, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I'm continuing down the main drag that I turned off of earlier, where I came across the mining camp, and I'm just kind of taking it all in. When I get up to rises like this, you can see just this at one time was probably covered in water. Long time ago. 30,000 to 15,000 years ago. Big lake. And as I'm hitting the rises here, or if I stand up, I can see Great Basin National Park off in the distance. I'm sure the camera's not picking it up. I'll do a zoom in as I get a little closer with a different camera, but I can definitely see Great Basin National Park because it is just a huge snow-capped mountain out there. So that is awesome. I can see Great Basin from where I'm at right now. Wheeler Peak, whatnot. That's so cool. And I asked the guy if this road went all the way to Great Basin. He seemed to think it did. But on my app, oh wait a minute, here we go. Arrowhead Pass to the right. Lund, Pine Valley Road, Garrison, 66 miles. Garrison, where's Garrison? Arrowhead Pass is that way. Okay, it's actually, that is through those mountains. Oh, you know what Arrowhead Pass might be? That might be, which crosses you over into Parowan? I'm not sure. Garrison, 66 miles straight ahead. So, well, the road continues for a while. Where am I at mileage-wise? I think I'm, I'm right at the 100-mile mark. So, 100 miles back. Man, incredible. All right, I'm going to zoom in so you get a view of Great Basin National Park. It's the snow-capped mountains. As I get it zoomed in, it's going to get a little pixelated, so sorry about that, but this is better than a GoPro. So where I was standing at the crossroad here, that is Great Basin National Park. That's pretty cool. All right, it's almost 2 p.m. I'm finally gonna have to stop and suffer a sandwich here. So what a fantastic ride today. A little chilly to begin with, but I realized why I'm not seeing the road continue on is because there's no cell service out here, and my phone can't update the map. So but there's a road that goes all the way to Great Basin from here. I can get there, I'm sure of it. So I'm gonna have to return and do this trip and maybe come back on the highway, either with the Honda or the DR650, but it's totally doable. And I see the park, it's beautiful. This is a cool spot. Nice little tree out here in the open. So cheers, folks. All right, this is gonna be my turnaround point. I can see Great Basin in the distance, just did a zoom in. Awesome. So that's good enough for me on today's trip, but I'll be returning for a much longer trip into the area. And I've found out some things. Arrowhead Pass to the east, actually. I now know where that is. I think that might be into Parowan. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. And I'm pretty certain that the road goes all the way to Great Basin. I feel good about it. So I'm gonna return and do this. I'll bring some camping gear to camp it and make it a much longer journey. So there's another piece of signage right here that says the Utah-Nevada border is only 18 miles that way. Not bad. So by the time I get home, this will be a little over 200 miles. That's a great day of riding. It's not, you don't have that pressure. I got out quite a few times to film and everything, so I didn't have to just consistently ride the whole time. very nice, very nice. So I'm gonna push it on the way back. I should be back in, I don't know, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Who knows? Maybe a little longer because it's the dirt. But anyway, great day, great ride. Woo, love it. Can't get enough. So stay tuned. Lots more content on the way. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. It helps out tremendously. We'll see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.